Good evening, class. Today I'll be taking your second class of management. Last day I had to discontinue the class due to some power issues, and we were studying about the nature of management, right? And we were in the point number third point from this slide. Management involves decision making. So in the management process, we know it involves various kinds of decision making. Like there may be various different types of issues on which the management has to make decisions. And I was giving an example regarding leave. There was an employee who has already applied for the leave on the previous day due to his personal issues. And then on that particular day, another employee comes to his boss or his senior manager and asks for a leave. So now the manager, his senior manager, will have to take a decision regarding whether he should grant the leave or not, because this person is asking for an immediate leave, whether the other person he has already applied for a leave. So there are other examples of also decision making. This is just an example that I have considered. Next is management implies good leadership. So who is a leader? A leader is a person who will lead the group. He will coordinate the activities of the whole group, and he will be someone who will help the group in achieving its target, right? He will not show any bossism or some kind of attitude to the other members of the group, but he will try to build up the communication link between all the members so that the target or the goal is achieved, right? Next is management is a dynamic activity. Dynamic means it is continuously changing. Why? Because in an organization, the environment itself is changing. Yes? Like if we take the example of during the days of COVID, the business organizations or any other organization, they had to work in a constrained manner because of limited availability of resources. They had to spend their financial resources in a very limited manner. People were not available to work, right? People were not willing to work. Under such circumstances, the managers had to conduct the activities of the organization, right? And here it is said that the principles of management are dynamic and not static. It has to adopt itself according to social changes. Social changes means any changes that happens in the society. Like if we consider the example of this transgender people. Earlier, their rights were not considered in any organization. They were not given equal rights. But now we have to consider them as equal to any other person of the society, right? Earlier, people did not like to mingle with these people, right? But today, you have to, in any public place where the others will be enjoying their privileges, they will also have to give the same privileges to this community, okay? Similarly, in the organization, their needs will also have to be given the preferences. Next is management is an interdisciplinary study. That means the different concepts of management have been taken from different disciplines or different subjects like psychology, sociology, anthropology, mathematics, statistics, etc. It is continuously evolving. Olop sobore pra concepts pur management lua hoise. Okay? Next is management is result-oriented activity or goal-oriented. It strives to achieve the predetermined targets with available resources. Because in management, what we try to do? We try to achieve maximum output with whatever input we have. Jimankhini input, mane amar resources jimankhini ase, hekhinire jate ami maximum utilize koribo paro. That we look into. Because to be Sabha, in an organization, there are many different kinds of people. Everyone may not be willing to work, although they have the skills and the capacity. Pare, 10 hours, bahut dhuniya ke efficiently work, not for 10 hours, for 8 hours they can efficiently work. But still to me, dekhiba, okal 2 hours they work. And the other time they will not work because they want what? They want to do overtime work and they want to get the benefit. Hoy not enekwa? Kisumane nijor skills and capacity thakilo full utilization koribo nibisare. There may be many factors behind it. Motivation nathakibo pare. Yes, they might not be satisfied with the salary which they are getting. Incentives nai. Hoy not enekwa hoy no? Jitu dormoha paise etut happy no hoy. Ba beleg eta colleague besi paise kiba ata because of some factors. Titia hole eta dissatisfaction eta thake jar karone kaam koribole ichha na thake no. So in management you have to look into all these factors. Je tumi manukhinir all the needs you have to look into, and that we will study in the later chapters. Okay. Next is levels of management. I have told that there is a hierarchy of different kinds of managers. Hoy? Ekdom uporot seniors managers bur thakibo, CEO bur thakibo, tar tolot middle level managers bur thakibo, tar tolot ekdom lower level management people will be there. Next is management is intangible. Intangible mane which cannot be touched. Yet management to ami touch koribo noarwi, but management to ami bhal boli keneke kom. When you see that the results are achieved, jeta dikhiba je organization tur productivity barhise. People are working in that same organization for a very long period of time. Kisuman manue eta organization somah kaam kori eri diye, ebosor kori eri diye, and in the same organization you can see that there are some people who have worked for 10 years, 15 years, more than that, lifetime eketa organization ote kaam kori ase, because there is something that is satisfactory. So management is intangible. We cannot see or touch the management, but the output jitu ami dekhu no, output to jodi bhal hoy, productivity barhise, organization to grow korise, notun branches khulise, then we can see that the management of this organization is good. Next, management, science or arts or a profession. Tumar management ami ketiba ko say it is an art. Ako ketiba we tell that management is a science. Ako management, we also say that management is a profession, because there are various factors for which we say like that. Management ami science bulile ki buju. Why do we call management as a science? Tar karone systematic body of knowledge, systematic body of knowledge thake. Science bulile, because science is we know that science is a systematic body of knowledge which is backed by experiments and facts and scientific theories. And ami jodi sao management to similar features ami dekha pao. First point is universally accepted principles. Management or kisuman principles jibur ami porhim ami dekhim de those are universal. Those can be applied in all kinds of organizations. Like you have, I think you already know about Fayol's principles. Porhisa agote tate eta asile nohoy tomalgor unity of command. Remember what does that mean? It means that for one man there will be one boss in an organization. Although tomar uporot dher managers thakibo pare, but that command should come from one manager. Nohole ki hobo? Jodi bahut kijone ekejon manuhok beleg dhorone commands diye, then there will be obviously chaos between the managers or majoto oloman controversies ahibo, and this person will also get confused whom to follow, right? Next, we have experimentation and observation. Yes, scientific principles are derived through scientific investigation and researching. Management principles are also based on scientific inquiry and observation. They have been developed through experiments and practical experiences of a large number of managers. So, I mean, this is a management principle, Jibu Fayole disile, jitu 14 principles disile, for which he said that there will be division of labor thakibo, authority thakibo, tapisot tumar scalar chain thakibo. Ebu bostu jibu koisile. It is not that because Fayole is saying so we are following that blindly. Hoine? These principles already Fayole has developed through various experiments. Tar uporiu ami blindly ekhini follow nai kora. We go through this principles in various organizations and we see that yes, ekhini principles jodi ami adopt koru, amar productivity hosake bahise. Because of that, it is said that this is followed, okay? Next is cause and effect relationship. Principles of science lay down the cause and effect relationship between various variables. Example, lack of parity between authority and responsibility will lead to ineffectiveness. Science of jeneke amar ki hoy? Because of rotation we know that day and night hoise. Ba revolution or karne change of seasons hoise. There is a cause and effect relationship. Similarly, in case of management also, we can see that there will be a cause and effect relationship. Jodi authority at a thake, there is an authority who will give directions or commands to the subordinates, but there is no responsibility. After jodi tolat at a ground level jodi kiba ta mistakes hoy aru kuno jodi tar responsibility noloy titia kenekwa hobo bostutu, the whole system will be, there will be a chaotic situation, right? Similarly, next we come to the point, test of validity and predictability. Validity of scientific principles can be tested at any time or any number of times. They stand the test of time. Each time this test will give the same result. But do you think management or khetrot etu hobo? Management or khetrot hobo ne etu? Why? Why? Because the nature of the environment itself is unpredictable. Because at our organizations today, the organization is a small one. It is considering everything for 20 employees. Tomorrow, when the organization will grow, everything, the recruitment policy, tumi manho kiman loba, tumar mane telukok tumi incentives kene ki diba, everything, their grievance controlling procedure, so everything will change. And tumar mane organization etat eku bostu tumar aji jodi organization tor tumar manufacturing capacity jiman ase kali hoyto tatke besiu hobo pare komu hobo pare to hei mote tumi planning koriba production koriba, so it is not a constant thing. Okay, and this controversy whether it is a science or arts is very old. Bahut purana aru ajiloke her solution to ulwa nai. Because it is also said that management is the oldest of art and the youngest of science. Science or ekdom notun branch boli dhora hoy ar arts or bahut purana branch boli dhora hoy. Next is practical knowledge. Management as an art. Arts or khetrot koise ki management, for management we need practical knowledge. Every art requires practical knowledge. Therefore, learning of theory is not sufficient. It is very important to know practical applications of theoretical principles. Okay, this is clear? Arts to tumar ki hoy practical knowledge to ami apply koribole. An artist jodi as an artist as an consider koru, he has the theoretical knowledge, but along with that he has to have the practical knowledge, right? Jodi practically kenekwa hoy bostu to keneke ki paint use koribo ki nai jodi practical knowledge to na thake, then that will be a difficult case. Next is personal skill. Although theoretical base may be the same for every artist, but each one has his own style and approach towards his job. That is why the level of success and quality of performance differs from one person to another. There are many managers in an organization, but kisuman managers are kami bhal boli ko or kisuman jok bea. Because we see that kisuman subordinates se, kisuman managers are kiba eta kotha kole na potokke follow kore, but the same command, if it comes from a different one, he will not follow, because kotha kore eta style thake, hoine? Hoine? You jodi subordinates burok ami dhuniya ke teolukoko decision making ot involve koru, teolukor opinion law, problems bur ami hudu share koru, titia teolukeo amar ami jeta command eta dim teoluke dhuniya ke follow koribo. But if suppose I am a manager, I'll simply command do that, ekhini kora, then no one will like me or do that, hoine? Because I'll have to see what are the problems that they are facing, hoine? Teolukor kunkhinte okhubida hoise. Next is creativity. Creativity thake, management of creativity thake, obviously. And because of that, it is called as an art. Next is perfection through practice. Managers, we see that managers were, when they are dealing with different kinds of people, they are constantly, they are also evolving, and they are also learning when they are dealing with different people. So it is said that perfection through practice. Managers bure jete beleg dhornor manuhborok handle kore, teolukot beleg problems or honmukhin hoy, hoine? Beleg problems they will have to deal with. And then when they deal and find solutions to these problems, they are also learning. And so it is said that they will become perfect through practice. Next is goal-oriented. Management is directed towards accomplishment of predetermined goals, and managers use various resources like man, money, material, machinery, methods to help in the growth of an organization. All these factors of production are very much important in bringing out the output of the organization. Next, can we consider management as a profession? Management to ami profession boli dhoribo paru ne? Yes, because ajikali dekhi sai management er kiman demand ahise, hoine? Because basically management we are talking about human resource management or ba organization burot ajikali mane management to dorkar hoye, because there are different people with different of different backgrounds, different problems, different in different departments, and they have to all work in coordinated manner. Yes, and because of that, we have been continuously having different organizations and education institutions which are imparting management education. They are giving formal training, right? And degrees buru azikali management or BBA degree ulaise, MBA degree ulaise, jot organizations are trying to absorb these people with technical management degrees. Azikali management eni mane moi manage koribo parim boli kole to noloy hoy ne, formal education lage, formal degree loi pale hua hole he bhalke teolukok absorb kori loy. There must be a systematic body of knowledge which is used either in instructing, advising, or guiding others. Existence of a formal method and system for teaching and training people with that knowledge and skill. A scope for creating posts of consultants for that skill. Ajikali consultancy buru ulaise nohoy, hoine? Because bahut managerial পজিশনছৰ কাৰণে বহুত মানুহ তেওঁলোকে বিচাৰি থাকে so there are consultancies who try to recruit the people on behalf of this big firms. Formation of an association by such consultants, existence of a code of conduct among such professional men, readiness to respond to the needs of men. Bujisa ekhini? Management is both science and arts. So finally we can say that management is a science as well as an art. But management to me science buli kolo ami ekdam exact science buli ami bujabo mane kobo noaro kele because সায়েন্সৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত কি হয় যেতিয়া আমি এক্সপেৰিমেন্টছবোৰ কৰোঁ আমি পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ আমাক সেটআপ এটা লাগে হয়নে পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ কণ্ডিশ্যনছ লাগে গৰম হিট কিমান হ'ব লাগিব প্ৰেছাৰ কিমান হ'ব লাগিব টেম্পাৰেচাৰ কিমান হ'ব লাগিব অল দিস থিংস উই নিড টু হেভ দ্য এক্সাক্ট মেজাৰমেণ্ট তাৰ পিছত আমি এক্সপেৰিমেণ্টটো কৰোঁ হয়নে বাট ইন কেছ অফ হিউমেন বিংছ কেন উই ডু লাইক দেট নো হয়নে কাৰণ হেতুটো পসিবল নহয় we cannot put every human beings every individual under a laboratory and then we do the testing hetuto possible নহয় হয় না and an organization various kinds of people are there evolution of management so there are various theories given by different people first is the scientific management theory So scientific management theory was given by a person named Taylor. Taylor disile scientific management theory. Teo jetia nije manager hoi pale jetia organization etat kaam kori asle he observed that people did not work to their full capacity. Manubur jibur employed asle hianti ki korisle hianti parilo hianti kaam no korisle and there were many factors behind it. হিহঁতক তাৰমানে আৱাৰলি ইনচেন্টিভছ দিয়া হোৱা হৈছিলে আৱাৰলি হিহঁতক পইচা দিয়া হৈছিলে হিহঁতৰ যিটো হিহঁতি যদি এটা মানে এটা হিহঁতৰ যিটো স্কিল আছিলে মানে হিহঁতৰ স্কিলটো চাই পেলাই হিহঁতক জব ৰোলছটো দিয়া নাছিলে দ্য পিপল ৱেৰ যধে মধে যে কাম কৰিবলৈ মই যদি টিচিং জানো কিন্তু মোক কৰিব দিছে ক্লেৰিকেল ৱৰ্ক এটা ওকে সাপোজ মানে তোমাৰ বেলেগ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ জব ৰোলছবোৰ হিহঁতৰ মানে যিটো হিহঁতৰ ডেজিগনেশ্যন তাৰ লগত মিলা নাছিলে সো অবভিয়াছলি ইট উইল এফেক্ট তেওঁলোকৰ মনত এটা ভয় আছিলে যে আমি যদি কামখিনি সোনকালে খতম কৰি দিওঁ তেতিয়া কি হ'ব আমাক উলিয়াই দিব পাৰে তাৰপিছত the tools were not efficient there were many factors and after observing all these things the person Taylor he thought that etuto eneke to choli thakile nohobo na organization tut tumar ভালকে তাৰমানে যদি হিহঁতক যিখিনি কামত হিহঁতি এক্সপাৰ্ট হয় সেই মতে হিহঁতক দিব লাগিব কামখিনি তেতিয়াহ'লে এণ্ড দেন দে উইল নো মোটিভেশ্যন ফৰ ডুইং দ্য ৱৰ্ক মোটিভেশ্যনো নাছিলে একো ইনচেণ্টিভ নাছিলে চ' দিজ ৱেৰ দ্য থিংছ আফটাৰ কনচিডাৰিং উইচ টেইলাৰ গেভ দ্য চাইণ্টিফিক মেনেজমেণ্ট থিয়ৰী In the scientific management theory, he jitu concept dile, he concept to mate he kole je the task should be scientifically designed. It should be according to the মানে মানুহখিনি যিখিনি সিহঁতৰ যিখিনি তোমাৰ সিহঁতে যিখিনি বস্তুত সিহঁতৰ এক্সপাৰ্ট হয় সেইমতে সিহঁতক জবটো দিব লাগে তেতিয়াহ'লে প্ৰডাক্টিভিটিটো বাঢ়িব নেক্সট হি সেড that the workers should be trained and they should be scientifically selected সিহঁতক যেতিয়া ৰিক্ৰুইট কৰা টাইমতে সিহঁতৰ কেপাচিটি কি হয় সিহঁতে কোনখিনি কাম বেছি ভালকৈ পাৰে হোৱাট আৰ দেয়াৰ কোনখিনি এৰিয়াজত তেওঁলোকক ইম্প্ৰুভমেণ্ট লাগে সেইখিনি গোটেইখিনি কনচিডাৰ কৰিহে তেওঁলোকক ৰিক্ৰুইট কৰিব লাগে হি অলছ' ছেড ডেট দেয়াৰ শুড বি ডিভিজন অফ লেবাৰ থাকিলে তোমাৰ কামটো সোনকালে হয় বিকজ ইন এন অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যন যদি গোটেইখিনি কাম এজন মানুহে কৰিবলৈ যায় তেতিয়াহ'লে প্ৰডাক্টিভিটি উইল বি হেম্পাৰ্ড and he gave importance to employee welfare mane because these people they were forcibly working actually teloke nijor mane bhal pai pale kaam to kora nasile ramne to kaam to koribo karone something should keep you motivated yes he bostu to nasile ramne so he stressed on employee welfare and wage incentives mane jitu hiator payment system to asile hetu to there should be some changes and which should be motivating for the people. And he also said that with whatever resources is available, the output should be tried to maximize with the minimum input whichever is available with them. And there should be elimination of waste and inefficiency. মানে কামবোৰ যদি ঠিকমতে ডিভাইড কৰি দিয়া হয় টাস্কবোৰ যদি প্ৰপাৰলি অৰিয়েণ্ট কৰা হয় দেন দেৰ উইল বি বস্তুবোৰ ৱেষ্ট নহয় তাৰমানে নজনা মানুহ এটাক যদি মই এটা ইফ আই গিভ আ টাস্ক টু এ পাৰ্চন হু ইজ নট ট্ৰেইন টু ডু ডেট জব দেন কি হ'ব কিবা এটা বস্তু মানে ইউজ কৰোঁতে মানে ভাঙি দিব টুলছটো ভালকৈ ইউজ কৰিব নাজানিলে এনেই ৱেষ্ট হ'ব ন তাৰ sharpening to komi jabo he teneko bostubur tamne dhyan rakhibo lagibo so he has said that jiman khini elimination of waste will happen only if we scientifically select the people and then we train them for that particular job তোমালকে হেৰি লিখি লবা নেকি লিখি লবা কাৰণ এখিনি তোমালকৰ কিতাপত নাই হা কিন্তু মই ভাবো কি তোমালকৰ সাইন্টিফিক ম্যানেজমেন্ট আৰু এই যেটো এডমিনিস্ট্ৰেটিভ থিওৰি এই থিওৰি কিটা কিন্তু জনাটো মই ভাবো কি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট হয় হয়নে এখিনি কিতাপত মই দেখা নাই তোমালকৰ হেৰিত লিখাছন সাইন্টিফিক ম্যানেজমেন্ট লিখিলবা ও আচ্ছা, কি লিখালো? সেম জব লিখা আগত তোমালোকে একদম ফাৰ্ষ্টত লিখি ল'বা হা, যে চাইণ্টিফিক মেনেজমেণ্ট থিয়ৰী ৱাজ গিভেন বাই টেইলাৰ বুলি লিখি ল'বা, তেতিয়া পিছত টেইলাৰ ৱৰ্ডটো ইউজ কৰিলে মানে বুজি পোৱা যাব ন যে এই থিয়ৰীটো তেওঁ দিছে বুলি। লিখিবা টেইলাৰ বিলিভড TAYLOR Taylor believed they did but the workers did only 1/3. Taylor believed that the workers did only 1/3 of what was possible. Full stop. There were no effective work standards. Full stop. Workers had no incentive to produce more because they were paid an hourly rate. rate, R-A-T-E, R-A-T-E. The jobs were unrelated to their abilities and aptitudes. Full stop. Managers and workers were in continual conflict. Thus, Taylor laid, L-A-I-D, the concept of scientific management, to improve the productivity. Full stop. It is based on four basic principles. Number one, each task must be scientifically designed. Full stop. Scientific task, নহয়, same point. Any short ke one adult sentence likhi lo. Scientific task is the amount of work an average worker can perform during a day under normal working conditions. মানে কিমানখিনি কাম এজন ওয়ার্কারে এদিনত কৰিব তামনে হেখিনি আগতিয়াকে তামনে প্ল্যান কৰি পেলে দিব লাগিব. That is called scientifically designed. Next, workers, next point likha, number 2. Next point, workers must be scientifically selected and trained so that they can be more productive on their jobs. Third point likha. There must be a match, M-A-T-C-H. There must be a match between the scientifically designed jobs and the workers. Next point, there must be division of labor. There must be division of labor and cooperation between management and workers. হৈছে? Next, Fayol's administrative theory. Do you need the notes? মানে লিখাই দিম নে? লিখাই দিম? Okay. Then আজি Fayol's administrative theory to কৰি লওঁ. In the next class we will do systems theory and contingency. তাৰ লগতে তোমাৰ আৰু কি থাকিলে স্কোপ এইটো জাস্ট ওৱান স্লাইড এটা স্লাইড বাকি আছে তোমাৰ স্কোপখিনি পঢ়াই দিম আৰু হেৰিটো পঢ়াম তোমাৰ নেক্সট যেটো টপিক আছে এজেন্সি থিওৰি আৰু ষ্টিৱাৰ্ডশ্বিপ থিওৰি দ্যাট আই উইল ডু ইন দ্য নেক্সট ক্লাছ তাৰ পিছত মই প্লেনিঙত ষ্টাৰ্ট প্লেনিংখিনি পঢ়াব ল'ম ঠিক আছে লিখা নেক্সটটো লিখা নেক্সট থিওৰিটো লিখা Henry Fayol's administrative theory. যিখিনি সময়ত তোমাৰ ইউএছত তোমাৰ টেইলৰে সাইন্টিফিক থিওৰিটোৰ কথা ভাবিছিলে ইন দ্য সেম টাইম ফ্ৰান্সত বেলেগ এজন মানুহ হেনৰি ফেয়লে তেওঁ এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেটিভ থিওৰিটোৰ কথা ভাবিছিলে টু ইনক্ৰিজ দ্য প্ৰডাক্টিভিটি বেলেগ বেলেগ জেগাত একে ধৰণৰ চিন্তা কৰিছিলে এফালে তোমাৰ ইউএছত এজন মানুহে চিন্তা কৰিছিলে ইফালে ফ্ৰান্সতো চিন্তা কৰিছিলে বিকজ এফিচিয়েন্ট ওয়াৰ্কাৰ্স পাবলে টান আৰু প্ৰডাক্টিভিটি খুব কম আছিলে হেতু কাৰণে লিখা Henry Fayol developed the administrative theory in France, around the same time, during which Taylor developed scientific management theory in US. The basics of this theory can be the basics of this theory can be considered under the following points. Number 1, Fayol's 6 activities. Fayol's 6 activities, SIX, 6 activities. তাৰমানে গোটেইখিনি বিজনেছ অপাৰেশ্যনছ যিমানখিনি থাকে তেওঁ বেলেগ বেলেগ কেটেগৰিজত ফাইনেন্সিয়েল ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট, প্ৰডাকশ্যন ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট, তাৰপিছত গুড ইভিনিং ছাৰ। सैलरी क्यों ठीक है लिखी सर can be considered under the following heads. लिखी पहले की लिखिला Fayol's 6 activities लिखा the business operations, same point. This is the same point. Write down. Business operations can be classified into 6 major activities. Technical, commercial, financial, security, accounting, and management. Next point. Managerial functions. According to Fayol, Managers should perform the following functions. Planning, organizing, planning, organizing. Commanding and controlling. আৰু এটা পইণ্ট আছে মই লিখাই পেলাই প্ৰিন্সিপালছখিনি লিখাই নেক্সট ক্লাছত তোমালোক ছাৰ ৰৈ আছে ন নেক্সট ক্লাছত মই বুজাই দিম অ'কে ছাৰৰ ক্লাছ আছে ন ছাৰৰ ক্লাছ
মেম অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যনৰ পিছত কি ক'লে
অ'কে আকৌ কৈ দিছোঁ প্লেনিং অৰ্গেনাইজিং কমাণ্ডিং এণ্ড কণ্ট্ৰলিং কমাণ্ডিং এণ্ড কণ্ট্ৰলিং আৰু এটা লাষ্ট যিটো most important points আছে মই this will take time I will discuss it in the next class okay যিটো 14 principles যিকেইটা আছে I will give the notes along with that I will explain you তাৰপিছত আৰু দুটা থিয়ৰি থাকিব মই shortকে লিখাই I will go to the stewardship theory and agency theory okay আৰু stewardship theory আৰু agency theory টো তোমালোকে এবাৰ ঘৰত পঢ়ি চাবা so that you will have better understanding in the class okay kitabor notes kini ebar pohi saba I'll teach you in the next class thank you